everybody? Welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by the Detroit Lions on the Prowl on the Belly Up Sports Network. The Lions salary cap. Where are we now and where are we going to? The truth might surprise you a bit. But first, I'm going to kick it to my main man, the man of steel himself, Curt Steele.
What up, dude? Welcome to the show, people. It is Memorial Day, and it is a special day. We remember those who have fallen, who gave them the ultimate sacrifice in defense of this country. So, happy Memorial Day to those who have lost their life in defense of this country. And as always, join the family, subscribe to the channel, because we don't have fans, we don't have viewers, we got family, and it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Let's bring in the third man of the show, who?
Mike Jones. Who? Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started
right now.
Let go.
It's Detroit Lions Talk, baby.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep. Welcome back to the show, people. Now let's talk about the Lions salary cap and where they could be going in the future. All right, so really the Lions, you look at their salary cap issues, what they're going into the 2021 season with. 2021, they got a little bit of space left. They got $18 million right now. So if they wanted to sign a free agent, maybe like Todd Gurley or bring in Trey Turner, they have the ability to do that. They still have a couple of contracts that's eating up a lot of cap space, one being Big V. We talked about that last week. If they can trade him after the 1st of June, they'll save a big amount of cap space with that trade. They'll save over $9 million in that cap space for him if they were able to get his contract off the books for the upcoming season. That was one reason why I think that, the Lions may be trying to look at moving him. Because Terrell Crosby's contract isn't that big coming into the 2021 season. Right. So the bigger contract is Big V, but it's going to be hard to move that salary just because of based on how he's performed or lack of performing, because he misses that one ability, and that's availability. What you got, Jim?
Right.
Well, the thing is we still have some draft picks to sign this year too. So that 18 million is not going to be that, but we'll still have plenty of room. The interesting part is 2022. I've been hearing everybody talk about, we're going to have 40 million next year. We're going to have so much money next year. We have 25 million right now over the cap for next year, and that's from overthecap.com. So just letting you know, it's not quite as much money as we thought, but I think there's some maneuvers they can make, like we're talking about Big V, we're talking about Trey Flowers, we're talking about a couple other big contracts with the Detroit Lions, and we'll see what they do with that next year. But my thoughts on it is we got plenty of money. We're going to have plenty of draft picks. I think we're going to be able to turn this thing around very, very quickly. So we have our first news and rumor topic. And Mike, what do you got?
Amani Oruwariye. Will he make that jump? Because I think he's feeling a little bit of pressure. We drafted Iffy. We got Quentin Dunbar. We got Corn Elder. And a lot of people think that he's going to take that jump from that second to third year. But, it's a lot of competition suddenly in that defensive back room. And a guy that was primed before the draft of last year to kind of take that CB1 spot has now suddenly slid to maybe a CB2, maybe a CB3, maybe so. Oruwariye once again is kind of getting played a little bit, the shaft, but hey, it's up to him. Will his play determine his results on the field?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, Curt, let's walk over that Wall of Fame real quick. Who do you got over there? We got new member today, so I just found out,
So you know who we have. Man, the Wall of Fame is always growing. We appreciate you becoming members of the Wall of Fame. We got Detroit Drew, Midwest Lion, Bubba Bo, John Kapler, Detroit Lions Talk with Micro Mike. What up, Mike? Sub-Z Trap City Boys Entertainment, our Allen Bogarakis. We got Crystal Wiley, Steve Castillo, Brian Stover, John Martin, and Jim Bo G. You know who he is. And also the Latino Lion, because, just got to roar, baby. All right, silver members, you got Nomus J, Jason Portis, Cap Ice Code, Batman of the 313, and Go
Lions.
Hey, Cap Ice Cold and those guys, silver members, enjoy the upcoming video we made for you guys this weekend. All right, Bob Corso, North End Ken, Just in the D, Larry McQuiston, Turner C. Burley. Man, that guy is a real good friend of the show. Matthew Ferguson, new member of the Gold Members Wall of Fame. We have Randall Flagg 606, Miles Gibbs, Randy Prince, the Gridiron Blitz, and the Doctor. Dr. Detroit is always in. To become a member, click the join now button in the description or the Lions on the Prowl logo at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, also North End Ken's been a real good friend of the show, Jimbo G, with all those super chats. We really appreciate you. And Gold members, please come to the Zoom meeting at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. All right. So next up, we have my news and rumors thing. Then, should the Lions pursue Julio Jones? This is a really easy one for me. Hell no. Not even no. Hell no. And the reason is because Julio Jones, if you're going to spend money for a wide receiver this year, I mean, I don't think we're trying to win this year anyway. Why do you want to spend the cap space for a rental guy that, if we can get him on a prove-it deal for really, really cheap, yeah, but we're going to have to trade for him. Are you kidding? You want to give up draft picks for this guy when we're not going to win anyway? I realize the wide receiver room is kind of thin, but no way in hell do I sit here and I give up assets for Julio Jones. No. No.
Plus, with his age and, his skill set, I mean, I know, that's what he can get down the field, but he's not as I think what the tools that we're looking for, what I'm saying? Now, if it was something like OBJ, now that's the type of guy I would kind of trade for, what I'm saying? If he was not coming off an injury, just because of what he brings with the speed. But Julio Jones, no.
Yeah, he's not a technician. He doesn't break down as quickly, and that age, the knees.
Yeah, that's too much. There's too much. What do you call that? Baggage with that trying to trade that guy. You know what I'm saying? Not for us. Somebody else. Maybe he can go play with Stafford out in LA.
Possibility.
There is no Detroit Lions on the Prowl Trivia for today, as we have Free for All Friday, so we take that day off. So we're going to go to your comments, and first off is Lucas Kimball. With the start of this regime feels like the start of the Jim Schwartz regime. It kind of does, in a way. I think that there's a lot of differences in the front office and in the staff, but the positivity, the free agents that we got then, like Bandenbosch, the getting Sue in the draft, all these things that were going on at the time, building a defense. I can see some similarities. He was really trying to build the O-line. He was really trying to get us a runner here. Javid Best, who came in, and we drafted him, and Reggie Bush, all those people. So, yeah, I think it feels a little bit the same, but it's not.
Same, but different. Yeah. Bruce Betterly says, Tori Petrie left the Lions. No, I will miss her. I will miss Tori Petrie as well. She was a good friend. She was a mentor to me. I knew her behind the scenes. So, good luck, Tori. She had a going away party the other, I think it was yesterday. So they wished her adios. So just good luck to her. And we'll see what the Lions are going to do with that position coming up here in the near future.
Right on. Let's go on to Matthew Ferguson, who has a really, really good question. Has Trey Flowers ever played standing up on a consistent basis? No. Anyone else curious to see how this is going to play out? Yes. Really, what kind of scares me about that whole situation is Jaline Tavai was about 250 when he got drafted. He bulked up to play that Patricia scheme fit of a 3-4 outside linebacker, and he was about 268, and he was slow, moving in space laterally. Well, Trey Flowers is about 268. So I don't know how that's going to translate. You know, every player plays different. You know, like Zayvon Collins is 6'4", 260. He moves pretty well, but I don't know, man. Trey Flowers doesn't strike me as the athletic just freak. So that's going to be very interesting. Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting situation. I also think that it might be that he. Ooh, yeah, I don't see
But
it either.
unless you can't slot him in though, that's the big thing for me. You can play him outside, but you can move him to the inside as well. So
I think we're gonna play him zone though. I mean, I'm concerned about passing downs. You know, with him, but I think we're going to replace him on passing downs.
Yeah,
is what I think we're going to do. I mean, I don't know because then he's got to be a rusher too. I don't know
right.
I don't know how it fits. I don't either. Good question, Matthew. Crazy Lions fan hashtag one pride all day. What do you think of Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia's relationship compared to Dan and Brad? I think Quinn and Patricia's relationship was good at first, but soured at the end as Bob Quinn attempted to throw Matt Patricia under the bus. At least that's what I think happened. Looks like Dan and Brad are on the same page, absolutely the same page. And they actually react quite similarly, which surprised me because I thought Brad Holmes was kind of a laid back guy, you know, and all this, but no.
Yeah. And I think the biggest difference is that Quinn was kind of tried to Patricia because of the fact it was the homeboy, it was the homie hire. You know what I'm saying? He hired his homie from you know what I'm saying? Basically, Brad and Dan were hired, you know what I'm saying, together. So Brad Holmes did not hire Dan Campbell. So that's I think that's the biggest difference with those guys. But you know, they seem to get along pretty well. So we'll see when the rubber meets the road how things, you know, kind of turn out. All right. Bogarakis says, what teams have a better backfield if the Lions have Todd Gurley as their third down running back? Hey, that would be, if healthy, that would be a formidable backfield. But
hashtag one healthy.
And hashtag when healthy, as Jim always says.
Hey, he played, I think, in 15 games last year.
Yeah, wow. He did.
Isn't that amazing?
So, yeah. All right, Michael Hughes. If there's two linebackers on the field, majority of downs, who starts next to Collins? And me, personally, I think it's Anzalone. I think Anzalone starts next to Collins. They're going to shuffle the linebackers, probably. But Anzalone is probably going to be the guy. We don't really have too many inside linebackers on our roster. So Anzalone has heads up. He came over with Coach Dan Campbell. So I think Anzalone has inside track.
Got to watch his back, though, for that rookie.
That's what I was saying. I think it could be Barnes, depending how fast he learns.
Got to watch his back for that rookie.
Yeah, he did run a 4.58. So yeah,
that rookie gonna be smoking.
The rookie is gonna be good. All right, Kurt, what you got for your news and rumors segment today?
All right, so T.J. Hockenson been studying film on Calvin Johnson to build his game. Now, tight end coach Ben Johnson has him watching Travis Kelce and George Kittle and Darren Wells. But he also had him watching Calvin Johnson film. And one of the biggest reasons is because of point of catch. He was studying how Calvin Johnson went up and grabbed the ball. And he wants to try to add that to his repertoire, saying he wants to be able to have a good point of catch where he can get up and get the ball and just attack it from defenders like Calvin Johnson did. You know, you could just throw the ball up to Calvin Johnson and he was going to go up and get it. So a lot of times that he really saved Matthew Stafford's bacon because he just, you know, Matthew would just throw it up, you know, three defenders. How many times we see that, you know, a couple of times against the Cowboys, the Bengals game, you know, it was all about, you know, just making sure he can get up and get the ball. So high pointed. So adding that to his game would be great. And especially he said that one thing he looked at was Calvin Johnson's route running. He said that, you know, it was kind of that, you know, mystique where he had crisp routes. People didn't really pay attention to that. They just paid attention to the spectacular catches that Calvin Johnson made. But he was a technician on his route running as well. And those are the things that T.J. Hockenson wants to add to his game. He is really slated to have a really big year for the Lions at tight end and be one of the best in the league, not just in the NFC.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. TJ Hockenson's a beast, and because he always wants to learn more, he's even a big. He's trying to be Hall of Famer. I swear.
Right.
Yeah, he's just working out. The shape he's coming in is ridiculous. His arms
Oh,
look like bananas.
I
Right.
I'm
know it's
like, dude.
crazy. I just
I mean,
hope he
he's
keeps his speed.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
but he's working on that as well. So I think he's working to do that. I think he's just about as big as George Kittle now.
Oh
He's
wow.
huge. He's
Really?
absolutely
Yeah.
huge. I
hmm
Wow.
know.
What
Uh,
happens when Calvin comes and works with the receiver? He finally gets on the field and works with those receivers.
I think it's coming soon, Mike. I really
Yeah.
do. I think he's going to
hmm
be a special advisor, maybe like Barry, maybe like not kind. I don't think he's going to be that like
Spielman
yeah.
type of deal.
Thanks,
Nah,
Spielman.
yeah,
But
that's not his deal. That's not his deal.
no, I don't think it is either. All right, the question of the day is salary cap. How big of a concern is it for you that we only have 25 million and people were reporting 40 million, all that other thing? Is it a concern, or are you like me and kind of think, you know what, you can kind of work around the cap? You pretty much can. But that's the question of the day for you guys there. And now we're going to go to my favorite part of the show, the dessert with my man Curt.
All right. Dessert today is just gonna be a little bit a little different today. Now it's Memorial Day, and this day is really something for me to deal with a lot of times today because I've been deployed, and two individuals I want to highlight today. First is Sergeant James DeRoe. Now, I never really had any interaction with Sergeant DeRoe personally, but he died in Afghanistan while I was there. And the connection that I have with him is that the fact he worked in the same field I worked in is finance, right? So financial management. And it's one of those jobs in the military, especially in the Army, where it's a small group of people. So if you know someone or you know someone who knows someone. So if you don't know that person, you know someone who knows that person. And with Sergeant DeRoe, he was killed in October of 2011. He was returning back from a mission, and a roadside bomber blew up the transport he was in. And the individuals that were his leadership, senior leadership in the NCO Corps at his unit in the 101st Financial Management Company, I knew a lot of those guys. I knew his detachment sergeant, Sergeant Hunter, a couple of other individuals, Sergeant, Sergeant. It's hard for me to get through. Sergeant Simmons was the young NCO that worked with him. Sergeant O'Neill was another one, and Sergeant Singley, Danielle was also individuals I served with before, and they knew and worked with Sergeant DeRoe when this thing happened. And it was one of those things where the finance officers throughout the theater, really that area really shut down because it happened in our area operations, but it happened to one of our own. So a finance person losing their life, which is rare, but because we leave out of the FOB so many times, operating bases to go do missions and pay soldiers and pay contracts and pay vendors. We're always on the go, and that was a rare thing, and it just hurt the finance corps really that day. And another guy is Staff Sergeant. This one's tougher. David Self, right? I want to honor him. Sergeant Self died on May. Excuse me, make sure I get this day right. May 16th, 2011. And I knew Sergeant Self because he actually was on the FOB that I worked on. And he was a football guy. I used to watch the one TV that there were two TVs on the post, but the one TV that was open 24 hours was the one that was directly across from my office that I worked in. And we would go in there and watch football. Football was on super early in the morning on Monday mornings. And I would interact with Sergeant Self several times because he was a football guy. I mean, we were just in there watching games. And on the morning of 16 May 2011, I spoke to Sergeant Self that morning. And I walked into the tent, the area, the office and TV room, and he was in there. I said, "Hey man, how you doing, man?" He was like, "I'm great, man." And we got our last mission today. It was called a left seat, right seat, right, where the individuals that the unit that's taken over, and they did route clearing, which was my old MOS, and they cleared the area of IEDs. And he said, I'm my last one, and I'm getting ready to go home, and I'm so happy. And he did not make it back from that mission that afternoon, and that struck me so hard because I knew the guy. He was in the 2 SER was the unit he was in. They're stationed out of Jersey, Second Cavalry Division, Cavalry Division, armored. So those individuals, those two individuals, Staff Sergeant Staff Sergeant Self and Sergeant Duro, two individuals that I want to highlight for this Memorial Day. Take the day out and think about those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. If you're having a barbecue, if you're doing whatever, just don't think of it as, it's a celebration for those who lost their life. So if you're having a drink today, pour out a little bit for those individuals who gave their ultimate sacrifice in defense of this country.
Yeah, you can't follow that up, Curt. You just can't. I have to, but a lot of thoughts and prayers today for families of people who have died in service and things today. Final thoughts for today about the Lions. I'm very excited about things here, but cautiously. Guys, pump the brakes just a little bit. There's things that, we want to get Julio Jones and Todd Gurley and the rest of the Falcons, I guess. But just kidding. But you know what? Have fun. Have fun. I don't care, win or lose. Have fun. You know what I'm saying? It's a sport. It's a game. At the end of the day, it is not life and death. It is not what we're talking about, what Curt was talking about. So show love to people, man. Don't go on their chats and start being rude and ridiculous and cutting it up and being a keyboard warrior and all that stuff. You know what? Just for today, please. Show some love to your fellow people who do Detroit Lions stuff like this, and us and Micro Mike and Luke G and the kid, I always forget his name, Dosa Dion. Everything King,
Mahomes,
all the people that are Mahomes Jr. But all the people that are Rachel Marie Sports, and us here. And Die Hard Dan and OMG It's Lions Talk. You guys, you don't realize what people put into this show to be able to make it good for you guys and the best that we can do. So show some love on this Memorial Day to all the Detroit Lions YouTubers and podcasters out there. Oh, one more announcement. I'm stupid. No, that wasn't the announcement, but everybody knows. No, we're going to have Herman Moore and Lomas Brown on the show, and it will be Thursday. It will not be live. It will be recorded. So that will probably come out Thursday night now, I believe, instead of Friday, because we have the Friday free-for-all. Instead of waiting until Monday for it, I thought, well, maybe we'll just do it that way, instead of having two shows for that. So that will be the show for Thursday. We will not have a show in the morning on Thursday. We will have a show with Herman Moore and Lomas Brown later in the day. I will let you know what time that's going to drop soon. But That's the major announcement for today. Lomas Brown and Herman Moore on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. What you got, Mike?
Yeah. Me and my family, we celebrated Memorial Day yesterday. And we took a walk through the cemetery, and a lot of people. There's a lot of family members that I have that I kind of forget about. That not necessarily forget about, but they kind of go to the back of your mind. And just walking through. We laid my grandmother to rest early February. Her birthday was February 7th. She actually died a week before her birthday. So we went because they just got her headstone. So we all went there to kind of celebrate it. And we walked through the cemetery, and I got to look at a headstone that I haven't seen since I was a kid. My grandmother's mom and her dad and her brothers and sisters, and my mom, my cousin, who's actually one of my mom's best friends, who recently passed probably about 2 months ago. And it's just a lot of people, and you start to think like, man, like, I'm gonna be here one day. So it's just You just think about that, man, and then you think about life, and it's like life should be a celebration, and then there's a lot of hostility and there's a lot of friction between everybody, and we just gotta really just kind of end all of that, man, and get back to being a family and a unit, and everybody is one, and just in a celebration, man, because we never know when that day is gonna come. So gotta just be happier and and just happy and full of life, man. And what's most important to us is gotta keep that in mind. So that's all I got to say for today.
All right, my final thoughts for today's show is, like Jim said, cautiously optimistic. But the Lions themselves are headed in the right direction, and I believe in Mike Disner, and I believe that he will be able to work that cat magic like he usually does. Again, to the families, that I talked about today, Sergeant Duro and Sergeant Self, saying my heart and prayers go out to those family, and to any individuals who has lost their life and paid the ultimate sacrifice in defense of this country. My heart goes out to you. So it is Memorial Day. If you want to wish someone who is actually alive or didn't or died and was not in the line of action, that didn't get in line of duty, wish them a happy Veterans Day, not Memorial Day. Memorial Day is for those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. So don't wish a person who's a veteran a happy Memorial Day because they're still living.
Good point.
I get it all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, don't wish me happy Memorial Day. I'm still living.
Yeah.
Memorial
Don't put
Day
that evil on him.
Yeah.
Don't put that evil on him.
Yeah, paid the ultimate sacrifice. And my heart goes out to those families as well. Anyone who's lost, anyone killed in action during wartime, my heart goes out to you. And as always, hey, you know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You're home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And as always, hey, subscribe to the channel because we don't have fans. We don't have viewers. We have family. And it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Go over to Fanatics. That's where I got this sweet salute to service gear I'm wearing today on Memorial Day. And you can get that down in the description below. Click that link. A portion of the proceeds from that link go to help us grow this channel, and go over to BillyOSports.com. You can check out the show right there and many, many others. Tons of podcasts, and they have some great articles by some talented writers. It is Monday, Memorial Day. Love one another. Be kind to one another. And when you get to the stadium this year, don't be like those knuckleheads in the NBA arenas, throwing stuff on people, spitting on people. That ain't how we get down. We show love. We can boo. We can be good fans, and we can jeer the other team and cheer ours in a classy manner. So stay classy, Detroit. And whatever you do in life, you know what you got to do, baby. You got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. Well, my fellas, Mike and Jim, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.